And now I have no choice but to show you the laughable nature of our government at the moment. Now, check out Pete Hegseth. All right? This is his response to the Signal Gate, right? Where classified information was leaked to a reporter. This reporter then turned it over and said, he wasn't even sure that it was right. And then, but when they're caught red-handed using Signal that deletes, it's like a violation of the Records Act, this is what they say.
Those details shared on Signal, and how did you learn that a journalist was privy to the targets, the types of weapons used?
I've heard that was characterized. Nobody was texting war plans, and that's all I have to say about that.
Right,
Thank you.
Appreciate it. That's it.
The NSC said it was authentic.
In the chat, Pete Hegseth, the Defense Secretary, details F-18s, Tomahawks, so some of the weapons that were used. He details the timing involved for this, all of which occurred 31 minutes before, as he says, F-18s would launch. The DoD manual details classified information as significant military plans, saying that is secret, that's classified. So what about, there are no methods, there are no sources, but that's not what determines what's classified. So what is it about what Pete Hegseth wrote that makes you say this is not classified?
Well, it's not just me saying that, Peter. It's the Secretary of Defense himself who is saying this as well. And he put out a very strong statement earlier today listing all of the things that were not included in that message that he sent to the group. And again, this message, there was no classified information transmitted. There were no war plans discussed.
So this next video is from the committee that was investigating this and whether or not it was classified material, war plans, attack plans, whatnot. Check this out.
I was serving on the Intelligence Committee when you worked on the Intelligence Committee, and John, you and I are both from Texas, and we both served together on the Intelligence Committee. The idea that this information, if it was presented to our committee, would not be classified, y'all know is a lie. That's ridiculous. I've seen things much less sensitive be presented to us with high classification.
So just to kind of point out how crazy and how ridiculous this is, there was some Democratic members who came together to respond to this Signalgate thing. And this is a few highlights of what they said, of this incredible, scary lunacy. And I gotta say, I think it's pretty blatant. See?
I may have been born at night, but it wasn't last night. There is no way in the world you can plan a military operation with airstrikes and have that not be classified to some level. It is absolutely absurd that they would think that anybody with any understanding of any of this would fall for that.
And the thing that is really bothering me about this is the fact, too, that, every office pretty much in the Pentagon is a SCIF. I mean, definitely the Secretary of Defense's office, but yet he's communicating on his personal cell phone. You're not supposed to be taking cell phones or Bluetooth or any of those devices into your SCIF where they can be kind of tapped into and listened to and brought into that environment. There is just a complete disregard for OPSEC, for Operation Security by this administration. And then the audacity there is that the secretary had actually said before this too, right, that we're going to start getting down on OPSEC, that their OPSEC was tight, and they're looking into this. And he's actually talking about polygraphing, people there at the Pentagon to find out where the leaks are. Well, problem solved. Starts right there with the Secretary of Defense.
Problem solved. We figured out where the leaks are coming from. Quit taking your cell phone into the SCIF. He can't even hold himself back. He's like, this is killing me inside, right?
At any level, including the most junior private, had done what Pete Hegseth did, he would not only be fired, would not only lose his security clearance, but he would probably be criminally prosecuted. Let's just debunk a few myths here, because now the approach these leaders are taking is to lie. That's not in the leadership manual for our armed services, but that's what they're doing now.
That's not in the leadership manual.
They're saying, oh, this information wasn't classified. Without even knowing the full details, we know that the time of attack for this operation was in the message. Let's be clear. That's classified information. That's all you need to know.
Well, they're saying it wasn't classified.
Let's address another issue. Was this illegal? It's illegal on two different levels. One, it's mishandling classified information. That's been well established. But the second level it's illegal on is that the executive is required to maintain records of its communications.
Records? Uh-oh.
And this is a way for this lawless administration to get around that. Third, was there a risk? Yes, there's tremendous risk. That's why national security professionals, including everyone on that group chat, aside from the people who weren't supposed to be on it, has 24/7 access to classified proper means of communication. So if the national security advisor feels like, oh, I need to chat with someone, well, guess what? In his home, in his office, on his plane, he has the means to do so within the law. So there is no excuse here. But there's also clearly no excuse accountability. And it's very clear that Secretary Hegseth, with how he is handling this, has no honor.
Oh my God. Dude, shots fucking fired.
Has no sense of duty. And has absolutely zero accountability for his own actions.
Absolutely zero accountability for his own actions. Just another day in the Trump White House, everybody. I'm just going to play it again for fun. And y'all take care of yourselves out there. We'll see you next time. I'm James Manning III. Hit the like and subscribe. You know you want to.
Those details shared on Signal, and how did you learn that a journalist was privy to the targets, the types of weapons used?
I've heard I was characterized. Nobody was texting war plans, and that's all I have to say about that. Thank you.
The NSC said it was authentic.